everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to Why Not Podcast. I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Darby.
If you're new here, welcome.
Hola.
If you're back, thanks for joining.
We appreciate you. How are you?
Just killing the mom life over here.
Fair. Have you recovered from our weekend yet?
I had my first beer today with
Proud?
dinner.
Good.
Yeah, we grilled outside, so it just felt right.
It's so wildly warm. Like last episode or the episode before, we were complaining about it being negative 40 and it's like 60.
Yeah.
Welcome to South Dakota.
Just a huge swing in a week.
Yeah. Which I'm glad it warmed up for our weekend because that made it awesome.
It made it so much better. Can you imagine if that was cold? Like, cold?
To be fair, we would have been so drunk.
I mean, I was sweating 90% of the time.
I was sweating a few times in there too.
Yeah, I didn't even wear my winter coat 90% of it.
I
I
didn't
carried
either.
it around.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I'm glad I did,
Yeah.
right? But mostly because it has so many pockets. Except for our fanny packs were
Dude, those
bitchin'.
fanny packs.
Guys,
I wish they weren't orange.
But they could look really cute with the right outfit.
Touche.
Guys, these are like incredible fanny packs. They're like orange and they have so many pockets. Maybe I'll put like a little picture like on
Yeah.
our stories. They're sick.
They're so cool.
They were so awesome. We got hammered.
Oh my god, we got so hammered.
We got hammered. You were hammered when I got there. That's what happens when you start drinking at
1. Noon.
noon, and we didn't get there till close to 7.
Yeah. And then you had me taking tequila shots with you at dinner.
Oh yeah, that happened, huh?
Yeah.
I also played My Neck, My Back on the touch tunes at a family restaurant.
I also said fuck a lot, apparently.
Our husbands were getting gray hair from us.
I think your husband wasn't impressed. Was impressed. No?
No.
Mine was 100% not impressed. He also didn't feel good.
Yeah, and Mike was like sober still. Because once he started feeling the booze, he was on board with it.
Yeah.
But when that first lyric of My Neck, My Back came on, he just looks at me and he goes, "Did you do this?" And I'm just dying.
I would never.
I was like,
Never play
"No."
that song.
The manager had to come over and it's like, I don't know, this seems a little vulgar.
I thought it was great.
It was awesome. Sang some karaoke.
Sat in the hot tub.
Sat in the hot tub. Started the next morning bright and early at 9:30 with a beer.
I think that beer took me 2 hours to get through.
Mm-hmm.
The one beer.
You were struggling.
And then we got to Cancun, Minnesota.
Beautiful beach bar.
Beautiful beach bar with bomb-ass margaritas.
Oh, dude, amazing.
That gave me life.
In that bar, I had 2 margaritas and a espresso martini shot.
Yeah.
And I was living my best life for the next hour.
I think the tequila in that margarita is what gave me life.
Yeah. Like, as soon as I, took that first sip with the salt, I didn't feel as bad as you, but I still felt way better after that marg.
Yeah.
Also, to explain a little bit, we went to the Frozen Fore, and it was a bar crawl that they shipped us around on school buses. And
it was Darby's first time ever on a school bus.
It was my first time ever on a school
Yep.
bus. It was lit, fam. And each bar had a quote-unquote golf hole.
Yeah.
It was like a trick shot that you tried to make with either wiffle balls,
tennis
balls, the little foam balls,
yep.
Paintball gun. So it was really just a large drinking fest, but it was so much fun.
It was so fun.
It was such a good time.
I feel like each bar just got better and better.
Yeah, and
We met so many fun people on the bus.
so many
like
fun
that
people.
little redhead. She was the cute little Polly Pocket, and I loved her.
I missed that, actually.
No, you didn't.
Oh.
She was on the bus on the way back to our first bar to get on the shuttle to go back to the
Polly
hotel.
Pocket.
Yeah.
Her friend and I became really good
Yes.
friends too.
Yep.
Because we went outside and she was like, "Do you need a vape?" And I was like, "Ah, you're such a girl's girl."
Yes.
She was so fun. They were also fun.
Mm-hmm.
We met fun people at every single bar.
The first time we were on the bus, your first time ever on a school bus,
Yay.
there was 2 girls giving out Jello shots.
Yeah.
I didn't take one.
To be fair, that's okay. You didn't need that one. If you would have took that Jello shot, you would have puked.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I appreciate the Jello shots, but they had gotten shooken up before they settled, and it just added this weird texture to it.
Yeah.
And I was struggling.
Yeah. And we're kind of picky with Jello shots anyways because we've been very blessed.
I'm a Jello shot expert.
Between yours and the ones that I dig the middle of the strawberry out.
Oh, you crush those.
Like, I feel like we've been really blessed with
we could start our
Jello
own Jello
shots.
shot business. We're so damn good at them.
Yeah. Ask Kat next time you see her how good at Jello shots I am.
Oh, I don't have to. I've had them. They're great.
The first ones I ever made were for her bachelorette party.
And you got her fucked up.
Yeah. Very.
I'm really glad we did not end up doing that for mine. I would not have survived.
No. And the lemon drops were perfect for yours.
We're just really good at making drinks.
Shots.
We've made good drinks too.
I've burned a lot. Oh, they were good.
They're good, but they're burnt, which it makes it better.
Touche. Then you need less of them.
Yeah.
But no, that Frozen Fore was so fun.
It was so much fun. We drank from 9:30 in the morning till midnight.
Yeah, I think so.
And that's when we went back to the hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What game did we play at the pool?
Do
you remember?
We played Farkle, and you chucked the dice cup at my husband's head.
I do remember it was Sparkle. It was weird for me because I normally keep score.
Yeah.
So the fact that I wasn't taking score, it just, I was just rolling dice.
Yeah.
And it was just not
Yeah.
Farkle. It wasn't Farkle to me. It was just rolling dice.
I did the scores on mine. I was like, I feel like I was the most sober person, which looking back, I don't know if that was that accurate.
I think I had to have, I don't know. Maybe Mike?
As what? The most sober?
Yeah.
No. No. That man was.
But he was still being mean to me. Normally when he's drunk, he's nice to me.
He was taking shots at Shanky's Whip.
Okay.
That's why. Because that's what makes him feisty. That's when feisty toddler Mike comes out.
Makes sense.
Plus, he had been drinking, all sorts of things throughout the day, and tequila, and all that, so. No, that man was not sober. Your husband was not sober. I wasn't sober. No one was sober.
No, Allie and CJ went to bed way earlier than we did.
Yeah.
And they were both very fucked up.
Yeah. It was a fucked up good time. There was a bus driver, that got a DUI and fucked up the bus schedule. That was wild.
He is fucked.
He's so fucked. It's insanity.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. We met some really good, what did they call themselves?
Oh, gosh, what? Not a chaperone.
Nope.
Oh, God. Not a coach.
Nope, but anyways, they basically just, sat on the bus and babysat us and the bus drivers.
They'd, because the bus driver didn't leave the bus, so, that person would go and they'd, yell, hey, the bus is gonna leave in 5 minutes and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, we met a couple really fun ones.
Such fun ones.
We played Are You Smarter Than a Third Grader? The answer is not really.
Nope.
I got one question right.
You got really mad at the Minnesota facts because we were from South Dakota.
Dude, that was annoying. I don't give a fuck about the Minnesota facts.
I had fun. I thought it was fun.
I mean, just in general, I think that guy on the bus was just annoying.
That's fair.
So I think that mixed with it being...
Because that was...
strictly Minnesota facts. Like, you can tell me facts, like, that's cool and all, but, like...
Like the lady with the trivia question.
Was way more fun.
He's the one that went, I have the funnest bus. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
We had way more fun at answering third grade questions.
Or even the dude, like the last guy of the night that just would yell the most random things into the microphone.
Oh, yeah.
Get he was the good. Fuck off my bus, you motherfuckers!
Yeah, he was a good one.
He was so much fun. He might have been my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, that 5-hour drive home, 7 for you.
7. And then we also, like, sat in Minneapolis for an hour or so and watched Maddox do that I fly shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that was sick. Like, watching that people do it.
Cool.
It looks fun.
Yeah.
Definitely not something I could have done that day.
I did?
They would have had a shutdown. Or vomit everywhere.
I did really good because I drove home. I did good until we got home. And then, like, we started doing stuff, and Mike came in, he's like, hey, the garage flooded with the melting snow. And we had to clean that. And I'm sitting in the backyard just dry heaving. And I was like,
oh, no.
Fuck.
Yeah, I did not do great. I finished my book on the drive home.
Ugh, love that.
But, like, I had to keep taking breaks.
Yeah.
It was fucking with me. But I wanted to finish it so bad.
I finished my book. I stayed up finishing my book till 1 a.m. because, like, I had such a bad hangover I couldn't sleep.
I was so fucking tired. And then Waylon apparently took a nap at my mom's at, like, 3 o'clock. And I had taken my sleep medicine, and he just kept saying, Mom, I can't sleep. Mom, I can't sleep. Or, like, he'd toss and turn. So I was, like, fighting my medicine.
Yep.
To stay awake with him. But also, so fucking tired.
Yep.
That was a rough night. The next night, I was like, yeah, you guys are not sleeping in my bed. Get out.
The best part for us is we came home to a king-size bed. Because we got
That's a huge plus.
It's the best investment we've ever made in our lives.
Yeah, I'm shocked you guys didn't do it earlier.
We just were like, oh, like, we'll do it after the wedding, we'll do this, and then I was like, no, we need to get a new one. And, like, now we all fit. Mike still takes up most of it. It's fine.
Sounds right.
And the cat.
And the cat.
And the cats. I still get it. My sliver is bigger, though.
That's a huge plus.
It's amazing. And it's not broken, so my back doesn't hurt anymore. That's the big one.
That is the biggest plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that for you.
I mean, I also did spend 3 hours when I got home watching the Gabby Petito documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I would have watched it after we got back.
So you remembered
so it'd be like more fresh.
Yeah. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot
that was new.
It was very well put together in a nice package.
And it was nice, like the interviews. Those are what were new.
Yeah, that was the new portion of it, and like how they felt, and her stepdad being the one that had to call all of the parents and being like, we found her body, she's gone. Oh God, I was sobbing. Yeah, it was so sad.
Then I felt bad for Jackson, her ex-boyfriend.
Oh, I know. Like, I can't imagine what he was feeling.
Like, and he even said, like, had I answered her call the day before, like...
But I just hope that he can, work past that, because it's not his fault.
Right.
But I totally get where he's coming from with it. Like,
It'd be so hard.
I thought it was really sweet that they took him with to go spread her ashes.
And Rose.
And Rose.
Yeah.
Rose, I would be friends with Rose.
Dude, yeah.
I found her TikTok profile.
Did you?
She's such a fun person.
She looks awesome.
I followed her purely for the vibes.
Dude, hell yeah.
Such good vibes. I'm trying to think. Obviously, I was mad the whole time.
I mean, yeah.
The police body cam they pulled over in Utah will always piss me off.
Yeah. Painting out. Like, you could clearly tell that she was scared, and they were still saying that she was, like, the main aggressor.
That makes me so mad that you can see a very small woman, it shouldn't matter sex, but, like, she's this tiny little thing that they got called in because he slapped her. She has marks, and she's a blubbering, panic attack, anxiety-infused mess, apologizing, saying whatever, and he's cool as a cucumber.
Making jokes about her being crazy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I go, she's the one that's in trouble here.
And you can tell.
And then they put him in a hotel overnight for free. She's in the van by herself.
The hotel that was a domestic violence victim hotel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Andy's watching it right now.
Mike is gonna try to watch it.
Andy started it yesterday.
Yeah.
And he is like, what the fuck were they thinking?
I remember.
And I mean, obviously we can say that, like,
hindsight's 2020.
Right. And maybe, like, us being through shit we've been through, like, we can see it, but, like, even Andy's, like...
And that's why I told Mike I want him to watch it, too, and I want, like, that. Because when this all happened, right, I mean, I was sharing things like Find Gabby, things like that. Like, it was awful. And I had guys commenting on, like, the video, she's the aggressor and she's the problem. And it pissed me off. Especially just because of the type of people that were commenting. People that I shouldn't have been friends with anyways.
Yeah.
One guy had charges that were pressed against him that his dad was a cop and they got dropped. So I was like, don't even. Shut
the fuck up and check yourself, bro.
Check yourself. And it just shows that they don't know what the signs are. And
it's not taught.
No. And I did feel really bad for the officer that was like, what happens if we let him go? And it escalates.
Mm-hmm.
And it did. And I can't imagine what that officer feels right now.
Right. Because he was like, well, do we really, like, want to just let them be separated? Like, I feel like we should wholeheartedly domestic violence this shit.
Yeah. Like, what would have changed? And it's not good to ask.
Probably nothing.
Right? Like, she clearly wanted to go back. As Rose
They weren't even separated for the whole night.
No.
She went and picked him up.
Yep. And like Rose said, like, she did love him.
Mm-hmm.
And she wasn't quite there. She was getting there, as Jackson said. And it takes multiple times to leave that.
Right.
So, yeah, no, it sucked. Just trying to think. I think the part that makes me the most mad is Brian's parents.
Oh my god. How are they still out free?
I don't even know. It's like, we can't collect enough evidence. I'm sorry. A 55-minute conversation to his mom, immediately followed by a call to lawyers.
And not to mention the fucking letter she wrote him.
Creepy as hell. Creepy as hell.
I will bring you the shovel.
Listen, I'm going to tell you that jokingly, but I'm not going to write that to you if you actually kill someone. I'm sorry, if you kill someone...
You're fucked.
Yeah,
I'm not helping you.
Unless if they really deserve it. But if it's something stupid, you're on your own.
Yeah, you're fucked.
You're
going
fucked.
to jail.
Nope, not happening.
Yeah. I wholeheartedly agree. Even if it was my kids, there's no way in hell that if I, like, I have all boys.
Yeah.
If my son was, like, called me and, like, explained that he killed his girlfriend, I'm calling the cops.
Oh, yeah. I'm calling the cops, and then I'm calling the parents
Yeah.
of that girl, and I'm sobbing my eyes out saying, I'm so fucking sorry.
Yeah, there's no way in hell I'm calling a lawyer for you, paying for a lawyer for you,
Paying.
and helping you escape.
Without a question, they just dropped 25 grand on a lawyer.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Fuck you. And the fact, okay, here's my question. Do you think he was in that house?
When?
Like when the police got there and they're like, oh yeah, Brian's here.
Yeah.
How is there nothing legal wise that they could have been like, he has to come out and he has to talk to us?
Because they didn't have a warrant.
I know, but at that point, how would a judge not sign off on a warrant is my question.
That is beyond me.
The van's in
I don't
her name.
think they tried.
I don't think they did either. And I think that's what made me the most mad was like that.
Because even the Florida officers were like,
Yeah.
well, there's like, what do you want me to do here? Like, we shouldn't even be here.
That made me mad.
Well, and in their defense, like, she didn't go missing there.
But her van was there.
But she went missing way out in fucking Utah.
I know.
What are the cops in Florida gonna do about that?
I know. I just wish.
Like, I get he was there.
Right. And he's the last person to see her alive.
Yeah.
Oh, it made me so mad. So mad. So fucking mad.
And then his dad's like, yeah, the van belongs to both of them. No,
Nope.
the fuck it doesn't.
Belongs to her.
Yeah.
He helped pay for it, but title wise, it's only in her name.
That family really pisses me off. And like, how can you have these parents of somebody that is supposed to be welcomed into your family, who is going to be your daughter-in-law, and they're calling you and texting you frantically because they're scared something happened to both of your kids. Like, you could even say, Brian's home. I have no idea where Gabby is.
Yeah. Like, hey, Brian just came home. He's here. She's right. Like, I don't know. Probably because they knew there was no good way to say it.
But I feel like at the end of the day, like, why wouldn't they just go along with Brian's story that he has texted back and forth between his phone and her phone?
Yeah.
Just be like, yeah, Brian said that she wanted to do like the van life stuff by herself because she was going to make more money doing it that way. And then he was like, well, fuck that, I'm just coming home.
I think probably in my mind, right, if I'm thinking, because I keep immediately going back, like they knew that they lawyered up, right? My guess is
the parents didn't know. Like, Gabby's parents didn't know that they lawyered up right away.
But I'm sure their lawyer was like, you say nothing, you do nothing. Because think of it, if his parents would have been like, he was the last person to saw her and he left her there and she's doing a solo van life, the police show up, the van is sitting there. That gives cause for said warrant.
Touche.
I mean, it's fucked up, right?
Oh, 100%.
It's still fucked up, but I'm sure that's what, because I listen to a lot of Crime Junkie.
Yeah.
And, like, I've listened to the one they did on that, and it's, like, they were calculated assholes.
Yeah.
Just did not give a fuck about it.
The other thing that I don't get is after he went missing, and he just so happened to, like, yeah, he knew he was going out hiking, so, like, a wet bag, obviously, but he also had, like, a waterproof notebook that he could just write stuff down in.
Yep.
Why do you need a waterproof notebook? Why?
To write his suicide letters. To make sure they found it. Yeah.
So his parents had no clue that he was buying this waterproof notebook and was going out to kill himself. Kill himself.
that's a whole thing that I don't even know where I stand yet. But before we dive into that part, to me it was more they searched that park for
Days.
Days, thank you. And his parents walked out there and found him in 45 minutes. And people go, well, they knew where he like camped. Okay, then why did they tell the cops that?
Right.
Hey, he really likes this one area.
Right. But they just randomly went out and immediately found his stuff.
Yeah. I've seen the things where it's like he's not dead, and that's such a hard thing for me because
his uncle, the dentist,
gave them. I have been seeing that he was also identified by DNA.
By his uncle, the dentist. It was part of his jawbone. Part of his jawbone.
I know. I mean, part of me really hopes that he's dead. Because
part of me hopes that he's fucking living with it.
I don't think he'd give a fuck. That's what I look at.
And I hope somebody spots him.
I know.
Anywhere around the fucking world.
Yeah. And I have personal experience with something not along the lines, obviously, but you know what I'm alluding to right now. And I think that's why it sucked the most, because I know exactly what I do as like that sister or that dad or that mom. I know exactly what I do.
Right.
And you didn't have the decency to do it.
Right.
After someone's other child was taken from them, and they had to search high and low
for the body.
And if this wouldn't have taken off on the news, they still wouldn't know. Like, it is, the fact that she went viral is truly the only thing that they were able to find her, which is also bullshit.
It is. And, like, there's so many other people that, I mean, go through the same thing and their families don't get that closure.
I saw a TikTok. There were 8 other bodies found while looking for Gabby.
That is insane.
Right, because they didn't know where she was at first.
Yep.
It took a while to pinpoint which park she was still at and all of that. So, like, there was mass search parties around national forests all around the United States. And yeah, 8 different bodies were found. Between Florida, Wyoming, I think Utah, yeah, like, I mean, I guess that's good. Those families also will get that closure, but it's just like,
how many others
are out there?
So many.
I found it really awesome that towards the end, when they were talking about like the women of color and all of that stuff, and Gabby's dad was like, at first, like, I didn't take that well. I was really mad. And then I looked into it, and my gut, like, my heart sank for all of those people.
So many.
It's so bad, and it's so sad.
Yeah.
And I am glad, even though it's tragic, there's so much good coming.
Yeah.
Like the Gabby
and,
Petito.
Like, being learned from it.
Yeah, like her foundation, the website, the legislation that her parents have been able to advocate for.
Yeah.
Like, it's really awful, but they really did say, we're gonna do better.
We're gonna teach. We're gonna do better. We're gonna help people learn, and we're gonna advocate for people.
Her parents are just awesome people.
Yeah.
Co-parenting like that, insanely well.
Yeah.
Right? Working together on all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Props to them for getting through such an awful thing.
Dad, stepdad, stepmom.
Did you used to notice that the stepmom has the same tattoo that Gabby did? And so does Rose. I thought that was so sweet.
Yeah.
So awesome.
And then they all went out on that trip to like work on stuff.
Instead of them, like, there's all that
the memorial and stuff.
They saged it. They spread her ashes.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
That was cool.
And I love that it just kind of brought all of them a little bit more peace. Because that's very important in something like that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
the laundries, you fucking suck.
Yeah. Fuck you guys.
Fuck you guys.
Bunch
Rotten
of
hell.
pieces of shit.
Here's my question. Let's get a little bit more conspiracy theory on this now.
Okay.
Do you think the sister knew more than she was letting on? What's your thoughts?
See, that one's hard.
Mm-hmm.
I do think she at least had an idea.
Right.
Because, like, he came back without Gabby. They went on a family camping trip. There's no way that the kids weren't like, oh, where's Aunt Gabby?
So, agreed.
And there's no way that she wasn't like, where's your fiance? Like,
right. And he told her a lie, right? And hindsight's 2020. Right. I do agree. I think the sister knew more. But again, it's a little.
well, right, but then her mom, like, she was like telling all the reporters and like people staked out on her yard that like her mom and dad weren't even talking to her. And then there's texts that come out and
Yeah.
with her mom and her joking back and forth that the media thinks that his mom has the same body type as him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're fucking joking about this right now?
Yeah.
Well,
That's fucked up.
your sister-in-law's out missing.
Right. And that's like I understood it in the first part, like that unknown, because want to believe your brother didn't do that.
Oh, for sure.
And this she was in the phone call with the 5 minutes in the lawyer. Right. Like when they were complying. I do think that she wholeheartedly didn't think he was guilty and was like, my brother wouldn't do that.
Right.
Because that's a really hard pill to swallow.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as more comes out, that's when I lost all respect for her.
Yeah.
That's when I went, okay, you obviously learned more. More's coming out. It's in the media. And that was your
response.
That was your response.
I can say that I would wholeheartedly want to believe that my brother would never do something like that, but like as shit came out, I would like it would have to clear, like your mind would have to clear, right? And you would have to be like, okay,
it does.
Like let's put 2 and 2 together here.
It
does.
It does. I can 100% tell you it does.
Yeah. And like there's no way I don't know.
No. Like, and here's the thing. You do like go through like the 5 stages of grief.
Mm-hmm.
No matter your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, you're still in denial and then you get angry. A lot of times you stay angry about it, which you should be.
Right.
But like you do go through like the emotional trauma of finding out that what the truth is, and that's hard. But then you should not go to joking with your mom about something like that.
Right.
You should never, ever joke about anything about that situation, ever.
Yeah.
And the fact that they did told me all I needed to know about her.
Yeah.
I felt bad for her at first.
And then you're like, she fucking knows.
Yep. And I hated her after that. So pissed.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wanna go on another one. We're gonna over here.
For it.
The friend of Brian and Gabby is the black hair. The internet kind of hates her. And I want to know where you stand.
I'm still a little torn.
Okay.
Because, like, I know that she knew them for, obviously, like, pretty much the longest, other than, like, the parents.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm in the same boat as you, right?
I mean, I feel like she probably knew some of, like, the darker side of him.
But it's that I think I have two thoughts when it comes to her. One, this is also a documentary done by an entertainment company.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the times, editing does a lot when it comes to what people say and how it's
Yes.
portrayed.
Yep.
Like, you can
100%.
say one thing, and all of a sudden that's the main focal point about you.
Mm-hmm.
When you probably said it without a second thought in your mind.
Right.
That's my one thought. Two, I think when you are that close to someone, I think it goes back to kind of like what we said with the sister. Uh, you don't want to believe it, and you don't want to confront that person that you've known your whole life could do something so awful. But I do think I don't. She's not a total lost cause for me at all, just because she's like that person I knew is shattered in my mind,
Right.
and you can tell like it's still really hard for her,
Mm-hmm.
understandably.
Right.
So
Because, I mean, at the end of the day, like, they were both her friends.
yeah,
Like, she lost Gabby, who was her main friend in high school,
yeah,
and she lost this other friend
and
that was like a brother to her.
right, like, and that image of your stepbrother was destroyed,
Right.
and that's no matter like how an image of someone gets destroyed, that's hard to deal with.
Yes.
So like, I'm out on her. I'm not I'm not gonna jump immediately to she's weird or she's for like any of
Yeah.
that stuff because I also don't know her well enough off of an
No.
interview.
Well, and not only that, but like I feel like she didn't have very much
Yep.
in the documentary itself.
No.
I mean, like she was there and she like shared parts of like their history,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like she was like their best friend.
Right. And I think I think she's still struggling, like, and I think it's because of that,
Mm-hmm.
how she knew Ryan and that and all of that. And she's just not healed yet.
No.
And you'll never be fully healed from that.
No.
But
But she has not had time.
she hasn't processed it. Like Rose has very much processed.
But I feel like Rose has been through some shit.
Oh, Rose has been through
So
some
like
shit.
but like she's been through some shit. So like she knows how to
Yep.
she knows how to take her time and process that stuff.
Yep. Where I don't know that this other friend
Right.
really has.
Right.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't seem like it anyways.
It doesn't. No.
So yeah. I don't know either.
I don't know.
The whole story still pisses me off.
I think that's good. I think it's good to always be pissed off about the story because
Right.
you need to be mad. We need to do better for all of the missing men and women and
Yeah.
kids in this country.
Not even just missing, but like all the domestic.
Yep.
There's so much of it
Yeah.
that you never hear about.
Oh,
And it destroys me.
yeah. Yeah. It's hard
Yeah.
and it sucks. And it's always that question of what if?
Yeah. And that body cam footage, like, it will never leave my head.
Sam, it hasn't left my head since it happened.
Yeah.
Like since like back in 2021 when it first came out.
Yeah. Just like watching how flustered she is and how easygoing and joking and
And it brings you back to when we've
yeah.
been in her shoes
Yeah.
and we've been that sobbing, crying, I don't know what to do mess.
Yeah. I don't know what to do other than apologize and say it's my fault so he doesn't get more mad at me.
Right. Like, I don't want to escalate this worse than it is because I don't want to deal what's going to happen if it does.
Right.
Yeah. It's if you think you should leave. And no, that's a lot easier said than done. And we've talked about this kind of already once on our I totally blanked on their names. It ends with us drama. That one.
Whoa.
Well, but leave. If you take anything from any of this, it is to get out. And if you
Yes.
need help, that the Gabby Petito's website is a phenomenal resource site on how to get out
Yeah.
and what to do. Reach out. Even if you think that people might not help, reach out anyways, because it might surprise you who's gonna come help you out of there.
Yes. Could be your ex-boyfriend.
It could be your ex-boyfriend. It could be that friend that you haven't spoke to in years.
Mm-hmm.
It could be the parents you don't talk to anymore. It can be anyone. If you have any hope of anyone, that slight glimmer, reach out to them and be like, I need help.
Yeah. But do so cautiously.
Yes. Be safe. Be cautious.
Yeah.
Get out. And we're on your side.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Huh? On that note.
Not shitty ass note.
On that shitty ass note. Hey, fun, happy thing. Next week's episode, you will be watching me and Alyssa get absolutely smashed on our podcast. We are going to do a little drinking game. We're doing it. We're filming right now on Tuesday, and we're going to film again on Friday for it.
Yeah.
So look out for that. It's going to be a good time.
Maybe we'll film again Saturday so you can see how shitty we feel. Let's be real, that's not going to happen. We're going to feel way too shitty for that.
I'll send a Snapchat from the airport where I'll be taking off for my trip.
Sucks to suck.
If I can make a 5-hour drive, I can make a 2-hour plane ride. So, well, on that better note,
yeah, getting drunk.
Have a wonderful week, you guys.
Yeah. See you next week.
Bye.
Cheers.